So I've got here, hello, Mr. Rogers. This is prepared by, this is me. This is all that relevant information I was talking to you about. Personal and professional information. There would be a lot more information in here. Home or homeowner, dear home or homeowner. Again, this is Robert Patterson affiliations, all the information about me, our company. Comparative market analysis, we talk about what a comparative market analysis is. Factors that determine your home. These are inherent information pieces within the report itself. Here's comparable property details. So here's the actual subject property itself. And here's comparable number 1, comparable number 2, 3. You'll see at the top left it says comp properties for sale. So these will show if it's for sale. Here's expired properties if you'd like to have expireds in there as well. Solds. Here's a map of comparable properties. So here's the map I was showing you about. Here's the list of comparable properties. Market analysis. Here's the actual stats. So what you're looking for is the actual output to the consumer, whether you create a PDF, you email this, or you print it out yourself. A summary of comparable properties, summary analysis, sold property analysis, didn't do any adjustments. Then we talk about preparing your home for sale, seller's proceeds. Also, one of the things when you're showing this, everybody always talks about the commissions. We have inherent information in here structured so you can actually explain where the money goes. So when the people talk about commissions and see that dollar amount, you can show where the split is by this pie chart. Can't manipulate the size of the pie chart though. Why you need a professional real estate agent. Price analysis. Here's the market value, and here's where you can actually have the seller sign off, making the assumptive close, get them to sign this, and then they can get a listing agreement signed. Talks about intelligent pricing. A highly competitively priced home will attract a higher percentage of prospective buyers. So when they think that this is a chart you can show them, that if you're 15% over the market value, percentage of buyers who might be interested in buying this is 10%. So if you're dead on, you get at least 60% more people at the first blush when you put it on the MLS. Selling, pricing versus timing, a lot of great information on here. Marketing planner. I didn't print this without the dates. What you can do, or you can leave the dates in. Maximizing first impressions. A lot of good information in here. But let me get out of this. I'm going to show you something of interest that you need to be aware of. So over on the left-hand side, I'm going to take this particular report right here that we just did. I'm going to go ahead and save it. I'm going to call it Realty USA CMA Webinar Training 1. Hit OK. Go back to my EN. So if I want to come back to this particular CMA, as I was talking about before, just hit the CMA tab at the top. You can go back down here on this blue folder. You can open up your saved reports. So here is Realty USA CMA Webinar Training 1, and hit open, which the report is already open. So this is the report itself. So one of the things that you need to be aware of is some of the things that you can do with regard to changing this. Let me get back over here. I'm going to go back over to the blue folder again and reopen Realty USA CMA 1. Come back over to the Publish tab. So we're back into that report itself. So if you want to look and see what the what's in a particular report, here's some of the different pages that are in that report as well. You can rename the report, you can delete the report, you can also edit, and you can edit the different pages. So in your profile, I talked a moment ago about adding specific design pages or adding content pages. Anytime you add a content page that's specific to you, it'll always show up here at the top with a star and then the name of the report. So by checking these are some of the pages that they're going to show up in your CMA. If you uncheck them, it'll take it off here on this right-hand side. So these are the actual pages that are going to be in this particular report. And you can hit these and actually move these different pages around. So how it actually shows up with your report or the different inherent pages. So here's where I actually renamed it if you want to do that report as well. So we've got the different reports as well. You can do a Quickie CMA, FSBO. I'll show you an all-inclusive CMA. What's in it? It's got 31 different pages. This is a very, very robust report here. But as again, you can go into this all-inclusive CMA. You can actually edit it. And you can change these pages again, as I was showing you a moment ago. If you unclick that, it'll take those pages out as well on the right-hand side. And as you click it, it'll add it onto the right-hand side also. So these are some that we've already built: CMA Enhancer, FSBO CMA, Quickie CMA. You can take a look at all these. It's pretty straightforward. Just remember at the very beginning, you always start with a subject property, and you go 1 through 7. Is all you have to do. So get on there, take a couple of ganners at it, play with it, try a couple CMAs. Just remember under the Publish tab is where you actually have the Realty USA look and theme, as I've shown here. If you don't ever save your work, if you happen to all of a sudden turn your computer off, or if you have a power outage, you'll always have what's called unsaved sessions. See if I can show you one that's unsaved. So it'll show unsaved. This is what I have under the buyer tour. So you can have multiple unsaves. We don't name these. However, though, under the CMA, if I had any unsaved, like if you had to turn your computer off, as I was saying, and you came back to it, it'll never lose your work. So you don't have to worry about losing the work that you're working on. So I appreciate everybody's time today. Hopefully you get in there and start tinkering around with it, as I say. Just do a couple of test ones, send that email to you, print a PDF, take a look at it, because all the different modules in the webinars, once you've learned how to do the CMA, the neighborhood, and the buyer tour are pretty much the same. We always have step-by-step. And each step in each one of these modules is pretty much the same, so it's easy for you to do it as an agent. So again, I appreciate your time today. Thank you, and happy selling.